Hi friends, Larysa here, Happiness Archaeologist, and it is not every day that we get enough movement in our lives. I don't know about you, and I don't know if you have any fitness trackers, but a lot of times you might think you're a little bit more active than you are, and then you look and find out you've been sitting in front of the computer longer than you thought. So I like to take dance breaks. You know, you don't have to be a dancer. I love to dance, but I'm also trained in expressive arts, which means you don't have to do it in an artistic way. It could be, you know, moving around, wiggling, and shaking it out. And so one of my favorite songs to do this to, you'll hear in a moment. I haven't done much of having the speaker playing and having the video pick it up, but we'll see how that works. And here, I want to just kind of move around, kind of combining stretching with movement. Now, one thing I was going to suggest is when you're having staff meetings, if there's ever a point where everyone's going around and, let's say, checking in, I like to do a stretch and share, where whoever's speaking decides on a stretch and then everybody does the stretch while they say, you know, hey, this week has been this, I've been up to this is what happened, or giving a report on things related to business. Then the next person goes, they decide on a stretch, and everyone does the stretch with them while things are shared. One nice benefit is if anyone ever gets nervous speaking in front of the group, this is a great distraction because everyone is doing something physically and the person themselves is moving, and so it can kind of take away some of the nervousness about all eyes on them, especially if they choose a stretch down like here where they're not even looking at them, or on the ground in butterfly position. I'm wondering, maybe I can sit like this, and that would work. That could be a stretch where you're looking down. But, you know, you don't need to be a fitness guru to be able to stretch and move. And in my opinion, sometimes if you're kind of an average person, it can be a little intimidating to see videos of these super ultra buff personal trainer looking type people. Kind of feels like, oh, well, they're so different, I can't do that, I might as well not even try. But when it's a regular person and they can do it, we can all do it. So I'm going to put some music on and we can start with some loosening up of the joints. And I like to kind of get moving, get the blood flowing and the breathing. Anybody who knows me knows I'm big on breathing, and as someone who experiences asthma, you know, it's a good thing to get the lungs fully expanded and exercising. Wiggle, 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 yeah! And we can start with some head rolls. It's kind of an interesting feeling to be walking while rolling. And then the other way. Too much, certainly plant in place and do the rolling. Definitely don't want anybody losing their balance. Some people might like to close their eyes, but that might be kind of dizzying for some people. And then shoulders. Just rolling them in a circle. And then forward. If you want to expand your arms out even, like you've got wings, kind of like making big circles with your arms. And then one at a time like you're swimming. And reverse, forward. Swim dance got started. And then up like a starfish. Stretching, especially if you're at the computer a lot. We're always hunched over like this. I don't know if you've ever seen those pictures of evolution where, you know, we go from this to this, and now we're kind of back to this. So it's good to kind of open this up. If you ever get a chance to watch power poses, maybe I'll put that in the playlist, but power posing can bring back a lot of powerful feeling. I'm surprised that song is over that quickly. But those are some good ways to start loosening up, especially the neck. We hold a lot of tension in our neck. And then even chiropractors will have you warm up by, going big and then like this and kind of loosening up the spine. I find right now I'm pretty tight right here. So it kind of feels good to hang out here for a minute. And then, going down, touching your toes. I find my neck cracks a little bit that way. I like to twist this way a few times, gently. Sometimes backs will crack that way. And just taking a few minutes, even during the day. They say it's good about at least once an hour, just get up and move, even for a few minutes. On your way to the bathroom, you could be doing this. People, might kind of look up and smile, and it can brighten their day, or they can remember to start doing some of theirs at their desk. Even when you're on the phone, when you're listening, perhaps you could just be moving a bit. Keep things loose and flowing. We're kind of a whole body of tubes and waterfalls, and better to have things moving than stagnant. So that's one thing that you could easily incorporate into your life by yourself working at home in your home office, or when you're at meetings. There's something extra special and fun about doing it in a group when everybody's kind of doing the same thing together. I actually have noticed when we are having statewide weather, like the snowstorms where the governor basically says, okay, everybody off the road, or even the hurricanes. Thankfully, in my area, they haven't done much damage, but we still plan on things happening. And at one point, we even slept in the living room so that, we weren't near any of the big trees that could topple over. But I find what I really enjoy about that is it kind of puts everyone in the local area on the same page. We are all experiencing that snowstorm together. We are all more or less cooped up at home together. Same thing with the hurricane. We're all having the similar feelings and similar things we're paying attention to. Whereas something like a sports game may bring people together in that stadium who care about that sport and that team, and they get excited about that. But it's interesting, the weather is one of the only things I can think of that brings everybody in an area on the same page. And there's something to me, even though it's maybe not fun to be snowed in, I find there's something kind of unifying about knowing everybody's kind of in this together. We're all experiencing the same thing, and it has kind of a weird sense of comfort. Because on the one hand, you might feel stuck at home, but on the other hand, we're all on the same page, and it's nice to kind of have where we're all pausing together instead of rushing around to our jobs and to our life and to sports games and practice and this and that. It's nice that we're all kind of taking a breather together. So even when you can do that in the community of your own office, that can be a very special time to kind of regroup and reconnect. So I invite you to try that and hope this is helpful.